G'day, g'day, g'day. It is that time again. It's 10 p.m. on a Sunday night. Well, it's not actually. It's about 12 o'clock on a Tuesday night. But we are here for the ACKAs. It is the third year that we are running this amazing program, which is recognizing some of Kickstarter's, Australian Kickstarters over the last 12 months. And as always, I've got my co-host, my superstar, my Robin to my Batman, Stephen. How are you today, mate?
I'm good. And how can I top that introduction? Thank you so much. I can't believe it's actually the third year already. It really, really felt like we've just started this. So, and I can't believe, God, where's the time go? How's the time go past so quickly?
I know I've had another baby since we've had this baby, so it's crazy.
I know. It's fantastic. Oh, look, it's been an amazing year. So, just a couple of stats because everybody loves numbers. We've had more than 50 projects in this period, which is basically starting from 1st of July last year until the 30th of June this year. More than 250,000 has been raised for comics. And I don't know if you know, but if, Australia actually is the 10th biggest comic producer on Kickstarter. So it's fantastic. We're small, but we're slowly representing. So I'm really, really glad that's happening. And what we need to do first is we have to say thank you. And so just to the people who do make this ACKAs happen. Number one, Kickstarter has been so supportive to make this happen. And thank you very much, as well as Comic Books on Demand. Both of them sponsored to make sure this happens. And look, we thank both of them a lot. So thank you to both companies for making this happen and supporting Australian creatives. Let's bring her on because I'm really excited to meet Oriana.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Hi.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you yet again for staying up so late so that I could be part of this incredible event.
Oh, this is just the normal time for me at the moment with my 1-year-old. I'm just like, okay, I'll hop back into bed just to get up in about 40 minutes. So no. We're super excited to have you on again. We thank you for your time. We thank you for your support. And again, it's been an amazing year for Australians on Kickstarter, which we love to be a part of and love to be a part of the community and see that grow year on year.
Yeah, it's so special. And it's really so wonderful that you all are taking the time to mark and celebrate these moments. Yeah, it's such a delight to be a part of this and to watch, as you said, to watch the community grow and grow.
And that's actually something really special that the ACKAs would like to give you as well. And so, look, this award actually for me from both of us to you. And that's why I corrected from sorry, from both of us to you. It's just a sign of our appreciation. Like this would not have happened without you. These 3 years, this 3 awards, all of them is with your help that this has all happened. So thank you very much. You probably can explain a little bit more, but you're moving on to a director of publishing role. You're leaving Comics Outreach, which breaks my heart a bit. But what we would like to do as a huge thank you is this will not happen every year. So every year this award it will only be given out for very special people. But you'll be the first inductee to the ACKAs Hall of Fame. So, and you could show the beautiful trophy that we got.
Yeah, I was going to try to do some sort of like as if you were handing it to me.
Okay, let me pop it down. Yeah, and so look, welcome to be the first Hall of Fame inductee.
I don't know,
so you even got there before we did.
It is an incredibly beautiful trophy. I am so honored. You guys are truly just so kind, and the celebration of positivity and joy that this event represents and that you guys sort of spearhead out in your small but mighty Australian Kickstarter comics community. It is truly, truly a delight to behold, and I'm really so honored to have gotten this trophy and to be part of all the work that you all are doing.
Well, we appreciate you giving us like a little bit of background into what Kickstarter does. So those figures and how we come up with all of these awards is all data from Kickstarter, which we appreciate that you guys share those type of things to help us as a community, one, showcase what we're able to achieve with such a small population, but also be able to grow that and show people what Kickstarter can do and what audience you can reach, and what Kickstarter is fantastic at doing. So thank you for letting us peek behind the curtains, as they say. So
a true pleasure.
Also, how has this year been for especially in terms of comics? Like overall, we want to know what your insight. And I also, and I'm going to sneak peek one of your things. You've just have the highest comic Kickstarter ever. It's just happened. So I'll let you tell, how has this year been for World Comics in Kickstarter?
I'm so glad you asked. So as you sort of teased, my purview is shifting. For the last 2.5 years, I've been doing between 2 and 10 people's jobs, monitoring all of publishing, all of comics, and all of journalism. So when we look at all those 3 literary categories together, we are on track for 2023 to be the 8th best year ever in a row in terms of projects launched, dollars raised, and overall success rate. So
wow,
going to be astride all of these like truly inspiring categories. When we look at just comics, things are even wilder. Comics continues to be the category on our site with the high 78% success rate for comics.
Wow.
Actually, and a side note to that, if you look at just campaigns that have at least 25 backers, so folks who are sort of getting just beyond their inner circle, the success rate for comics is 88%.
Wow.
Truly unreasonable. Such a delight. And comics also has the highest relaunch rate site-wide. More than 50% of creators who run a successful campaign will go on to run another within the next 12 months. That's the highest relaunch rate across the site, although it is often neck and neck with games. So truly a wonderful time to be funding anything literary on our platform. These amazing categories, and they're just incredibly passionate, driven, dedicated creators. They just grow and grow and grow. It's such an honor to be able to monitor and manage them.
Oh,
how does it feel to be like almost like a disruptor within the comic book industry? You look at, we touched on the highest grossing graphic novel that's on the platform at the moment. You've got someone like Neil Gaiman coming straight to Kickstarter to say, this is what we can do on this platform that a normal publisher might not touch or might not do, and he's spoken about it very eloquently online. How does that make you feel to know that something that you've championed for so long has like really disrupted the publishing industry in general?
Yeah, it's obviously very thrilling. I also last year presided over the Brandon Sanderson campaign, which raised $42 million and broke all of Kickstarter's records. So yeah, it's pretty nice. I cannot complain. I think I've been in the publishing industry for my entire career. The industry has always been very enamored of its gatekeepers. And so one of the most exciting things about Kickstarter is watching the sort of like the DIY wave just like crest and crest and crest as people are taking into their own hands their ability to build community, to reach their audiences, to design their creative literary works to their exact specifications with no external pressure, and of course, to raise much needed funds to bring all of those things to life. I think Kickstarter is a pretty special place, and being able every day to log on and see just the wildest, weirdest, most wonderful projects being funded and created, it's pretty thrilling.
That's awesome. I know you're leaving us from Comics Outreach, but who's taking over? Who's coming in?
Yes, I am so excited to introduce our new head of comics, Bryce Gold. He's been here 2.5 months. Certainly hit the ground running would be an understatement. He and I sort of championed a big presence at San Diego Comic-Con just a few weeks ago, if that could be possible. He brings just incredible amounts of passion and drive and deep background and indie comics. And yeah, I will obviously let him speak for himself. Spoiler, he's here too.
Yes.
Really
Really?
to pass that.
Oh,
Oh. Hi, everybody. It is such a pleasure to be here and such an honor to be a part of this ceremony, and also an honor to take over the role of comics lead with Oriana. I mean, it's big shoes to fill, but I'm very excited and very happy to see the future of Kickstarter together.
I have to say that I'll let you in on a little secret. I did get into trouble from Stephen for reaching out to you before him. So yes, he was not happy with me. I got a slap over the wrist.
Healthy competition.
It wasn't that bad.
But we appreciate you spending some time with us tonight, and super excited to see what you have in store with Kickstarter and taking over from such a great place that Oriana has left it in. So so what do you kind of have planned next?
Well, I think that we have a lot of very exciting opportunities to continue to grow Kickstarter. I think that growth is really what I would love to see from international audiences, obviously Australians, but certainly in Korea or Japan or China. I think that we're also seeing a lot of influx of European comics, which I would love to continue to see grow with Kickstarter. And we're also seeing a lot of the major comics publishers kind of come around to crowdfunding, something that I think we haven't seen in the past. I think that, you have the leaders like Oni Press or Boom Studios really paving the path to show that this is a really exciting opportunity that more companies could get involved in. And I think that we're going to continue to see growth in those areas as well. I can't name names for which companies are going to be looking into this, but I think that everyone has really come around to the idea that crowdfunding is an opportunity for everybody. And I think that, big or small alike, I feel like everyone should give it a shot. I think that, you guys were talking about disruptors earlier, and I think that there has never been a more exciting time to really take the reins and have that do-it-yourself ethos to become what you would like to see publishing become. And you as a creator really take the reins of figuring out which whatever pathway is right for you, and finding the right way to make that happen yourself and bring your projects into the world is something that Kickstarter is more than happy to help you along with. And I think that more creators are finding that these days having that control is the right pathway forward for their careers and for their projects and their success.
And it gives such a platform for all voices is the other thing that I went to San Diego, as I mentioned before, and just some of the projects that were on display there were from every small minority group that you could think of, which was just amazing to see all these successful, amazing projects that maybe without Kickstarter would not have seen the day of light. So it's really exciting to see that as well, and hopefully we can get some Indigenous Australians onto the platform and really hammer home the opportunities that Kickstarter does give people, and a platform that they've got internationally type of thing.
Just on that point, though, there's actually been 2 First Nations projects that have happened in the last year from Australia. So,
of course, you would know that.
Oh, it's stats. We know all the stats. There's been 2 First Nations projects which we've been really excited to see, and what we really hope for is more of them come on board. We need more stories. We need more diverse stories. We need everybody telling their niche, and I think that's why I love the platform. It lets you tell whatever story you want and build that audience to tell it. We do have our first award coming up, actually. So the first award is actually going to be the 3rd most backed project. So I'll throw it over to you, Oriana, to say who the winner is.
And the winner is Soliloquy Down to 3 by Lucy Wang.
Fantastic. Unfortunately, Lucy couldn't make it here today. but she did leave a message. So I will do my best to read the message out. So Lucy, if you watch this later on the track, if I butcher anything, I am so sorry. But let me do my best. Give me a sec. My book, Soliloquy Down to Three, a collection of blood-stained comics, had the honor of being awarded a trophy in this year's ACKAs. I just want to thank both Kickstarter and Comic Books on Demand for considering me for this. My comics career only recently got off the ground within the past year, and it's been such a humbling and rewarding experience at every turn. My Kickstarter campaign in question was to drum up enough money to do a limited time run of physical copies for Soliloquy, and the public response to it blew me out of the water, suppressing the original goal by over 1,000%. I can't put in words how much it means to have this pivotal moment in the first few months of my career be memorialized in this way, and I'm sincerely grateful for this opportunity and this award.
I would like to very gently interject. You skipped a word, which in our conversation about diversity, I just wanted to emphasize. Lucy's described it as a collection of bloodstained sapphic comics. And I do think that's kind of an important thing to make sure that we bring to the fore.
Definitely. So Lucy's, you can see she's received her award, and unfortunately she couldn't be here today. So, but we wish her absolutely all the best.
Yes. We're filming at some odd times for everyone here, so we're going to try and get as many people here as we can. But it does mean sometimes there are people that don't get to attend. But thank you very much for sending that through to us. So what's next, Stephen?
So the next award is actually this particular group of people, and we'll bring them up very soon. Actually, they didn't just win one; they actually won 2 awards. This was their first starter, so they got the Best Newcomer award, and they also received the second most number of backers. So, Oriana, if you want to do the honors.
The honors go to Requiem number 1 by Christoph Borgarch, David Hazan, and Phil Epley.
Okay, guys, how you going?
Hello.
Good, very good. Thank you so much. It's with especially since it was our first Kickstarter, I think there's always the fear that we won't get funded. So even to I get funded and then get to awards is bark wild. So thank you. Yeah, it's really humbling to have our first kind of venture into the platform be so successful.
Yeah, and like most of my experience comes from the direct market. So it's almost like the purest form of that creative anxiety that will people buy into this, and it's kind of thrilling when the answer to that question is yes.
And 297, that's no small feat. Having done several Kickstarters, I kind of had to build my way up to that. So that's pretty impressive, guys. What kind of do you think was the key to you jumping straight out of the gates with such a amazing response?
So a lot of it, I think, had to do with it came off the back of I just finished wrapping up doing media for my Dark Horse book, Under Kingdom. So I was kind of able to leverage a lot of the podcast appearances and media from that, which really helped. So I think that was the biggest thing, is just getting, particularly with Kickstarter, rather than a big influx, or at least for our campaign, we found that there was a constant trickle. So a lot of that was just trying to get the word out on as many kind of platforms as possible, kind of regardless of how big their audience is, because all it kind of takes is one person reading to be interested, and they might recommend it to someone. So that was so I think that was a big part of it for us, was just getting it into every kind of comics media platform that we could.
Yeah, and also having a Christoph is really great, because I was crazy enough for this to have been my third number 1 in as many months. So having somebody who's got your back with all of this also really helps.
That's very kind. I mean, I think the other thing, particularly, I think a lot of comic creators are very used to kind of needing to market themselves and do a lot of marketing function. So I'm very fortunate I come from a marketing background, which helped a lot with that. But I think any sort of creators looking to grow your audience or to come out strong, right? Doing a little bit of work into like learning how to write a press release and putting together like press lists and some basic media stuff, I think could be so helpful.
Look,
Yeah, I hear David
oh.
because I'm very much. I say everyone needs a Stephen. He's my guy that I always go to. So I'm glad that you found a Christoph and I've got a Stephen. So
Look, I've got the tough questions here. So guys, look, David, Christoph, I promised there was going to be tough questions, but I'm going to throw one out to you. There's only one trophy per project. How does custody work here?
Yeah, so I mean, it wasn't a discussion. I have it, and it remained with me.
David, gosh, I didn't know.
Look,
that was quite an easy question. There was no hesitation there, Stephen.
Nah.
I wasn't gonna fight him over it physically, because he's sort of like kind of like, the scene where Bambi is like unsteady on her feet. That's Christoph all the time. So I felt like it would really be punching down. So I just kind of
Look, no argument there.
We don't condone violence on this show, kids. We always support one another, build each other up. So, but yes, that's great, David. I'm very impressed that you were able to refrain yourself. So,
Okay, so look, thank you guys. We're going to put you back to the green room. We'll bring you back at the end, and we're going to have a longer chat with you right at the end. So, but the next award is for another creator who's basically the third most funded creator this year. So, Oriana, if you want to do the honors.
Yes. The next award goes to Pussy Willow by Gary Smith.
Gary!
Hello.
Congratulations, mate.
Well, I'm a little bit with the nerves here, and I might do what Stephen did a little while ago and read a brief thing out here.
Knock yourself out.
Then I can stumble and and ah in between the other stuff afterwards.
No problem at all.
This is thank you so very much, Kickstarter, for this awesome award and having this fantastic worldwide platform which enables so many of us to reach our respective audiences, and also our fabulous backers whose pledges and support make it all possible. Comic Books on Demand, whose proud support of Australian comic books and the industry is extremely appreciated. Thanks to, I've watched a couple of these things. Thanks to Sean and Stephen for organising and hosting these ACKAs. It's obviously uses up a lot of time and with the organising and the rest of it. And I'd hate to have to do it, so I really appreciate that you guys have done it. Where are we? On behalf of Pussy Willow's creator, Cam Taverner, and Dark Mirror Muse Publishing and Press, we are humbled to accept this unexpected but very welcome Australian Comic Kickstarter Award. That's now I think I've got everything just about there except this last little bit here. Last but not least, a special thank you to Kickstarter's wonderful Oriana Lecker, whose invaluable help, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago now, will be forever appreciated, Oriana. It's from the mess I was in when that was done, but you sorted it all. You're brilliant. And I've just gone on from strength to strength. And I always enjoy letting you know when I'm going to do another launch, and you always respond, and you're always empowering with what you say. It's wonderful.
Good grief, too nice.
That's that. And I'm sort of, if you want to feed me a question or something, I've got that out of the way. But yeah, I'm a bit of an old dog, and there's so many new tricks here to learn, and even the thought of having to do another one of these things, making sure. In the end, I just had to phone Stephen and say, "Can you walk me through it?" And he did. Thanks very much, mate.
Look, congratulations. Look, it's really well deserved. Look, I've been watching your campaigns basically grow, and to actually find an audience. Like, you're now over 200 backers, and to see where you were in the beginning, to see each iteration of your project just get more and more backers. And I think with Kickstarter, the really, really cool thing is, unlike real comics, I'll reframe that, direct market comics, because these are real comics, issue ones tend to do a lot better, but not in Kickstarter. Issues twos, the next time you come around, that's better, because people will see, hey, look, I enjoyed this. I'm going to come back for more. And other people will start seeing it as well. So look, really congratulations. I know this has been built up over time. This isn't something that happened overnight. So really well done. I'm really, really happy that we got to give you an award this year, because you deserve it.
Yeah, this award was, I was dumbstruck. I had no idea about it coming, and I was a little bit suspect about the source, but once again, you sorted me out with that, and yeah, we both knew other people, and Tim actually contacted me and said, you may have already spoken to Stephen, but he said they're good, they're really good people with the ACKAs, and he said you're not going to go wrong there, and it's been most welcoming. Yeah. Really enjoying the whole thing.
Been great to have you on, mate, because I know it's not for everyone to get up and speak on camera. So we really appreciate you coming outside your comfort zone, coming on and taking the award and everything. We really appreciate it. The one thing that is great about that Kickstarter community is sometimes even Steve and myself are able to kind of see projects or find out about projects that we didn't even know were on the platform. We're a little bit more aware these days in being able to search and keep an eye on everything Australian created, but it was really nice to see you win an award this year, mate. So thank you very, very much for coming on and accepting that. You spoke very well.
Thanks so much. And thank you so much for that. I don't know what's happened here, but there it is.
Yeah, we can see it. We can see it.
That's
being
awesome.
treated with kid gloves.
Okay, thank you, Gary. So we can move on to the next award. Unfortunately, for this person couldn't attend, but there is a pre-recorded message, so that's going to be a bit of fun as well. So this one is for the second most funded campaign. So this, and Oriana, if you want to do the honors.
Yes, the winner is Aquila by Dan Freigal.
And he's prepared something to say thank you. Give me 1 second. And I really hope I get this in the sound work, so fingers crossed.
Ah, come on, Stephen. Hang on. It's not working. Here we go.
Sound's not working? Let me do
Here we
it again.
I'm really. Hey, how you doing? Unfortunately, I cannot be there. live due to work commitments, but I just want to thank Kickstarter and Comic Books on Demand. I'm really humbled to have Aquila, which is part of our Fractured Shards universe. I'm very grateful to have Aquila to be recognized in the Australian Comic Kickstarter Awards. This is my first ever comic series that I've ever done, and it's amazing to have a brilliant bunch of people to be working with, and I'm just so appreciative of all the support that comes along with this. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm just very grateful, very humbled, and thank you again, Kickstarter and Comic Books on Demand. I'm very happy for this. So thank you very much, and I hope you all have a pleasant day. Take care.
Now I have to say, and I have to mention that I've been working in comics for almost 10 years, and this was the first project that we did that was a all-female creative team. And it was, I have to say, one of the easiest, one of the most fantastic experiences I've ever had in creating a graphic novel. So I do want to give a shout out to Grace, who did the writing, Deborah, who was the artist, and Carissa, who was the colorist. You guys did an amazing job and expanded Dan's universe that little bit further. So we appreciate you guys, and thank you very much for everything that you've done. So yeah.
And I'll just share Aquila, just so that everybody knows what the campaign looks like. And here it is. And that's Deborah's fantastic artwork as well.
Yes, and I'm working with her again. Oh, whoops, no selling on the stream. Sorry.
Okay. So there is one more award. So look, I'll be a bit quiet about this one, but this one is for the most backed and the most funded comic for 2022-2023. So Oriana, you want to do the honors for this?
Extremely excited to not let you be quiet about this, because the winner is Transhuman by you.
Oh, whoops, what happened? Sorry, Stephen. Sorry about that. That was an accident.
Look, the first person I thank is probably my family, who actually have to put up with me most of the time. So my little girl and my wife, and Sean has to put up with me as well, quite a lot. It's like, Sean, this isn't working, help me out. Or look, it's really good to have someone to bounce off. And to be fair, my wife, although she's really supportive, she rolls her eyes a lot. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. What is this? Bleed? Trim? So she smiles, but look, and I really have to thank basically like Sean, my family. They do make this happen. And like I think a lot of people like similar like Gary, it's taken a while to reach certain points. It's something that's been built over like probably 5-6 years now, and it's just really good to actually develop an audience and actually get to tell all these really cool stories. And I've got a steampunk story, I've got a sci-fi story, and it's just fantastic that I'm not genre limited, and it's really just finding that audience. And that's where, look, Oriana and Bryce kickstarted this so well. It lets you find your audience, which I'm always eternally grateful. So again, thank you. And to the two of you as well, like Oriana, like your support for all of this has been fantastic. And I know you support a lot of Australian comics, and to put up with me as well. Like, I have to really admit, I send you guys a lot of emails, and thank you for putting up with me. So really appreciate that.
Well, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
you don't know what you're in for us.
Oh, it's joy. Don't worry. Every single time.
Fully deflect to us. Congratulations, Stephen. Everybody focus on that.
Yeah, congratulations to you.
He's a super nice guy, and what people don't see is all the support he gives other creators that he does without any sort of handout or request for anything back in return. So this, mate, is I do joke around, I do hang it on you a bit, but you are an amazing creator. It is very well deserved, and you put in a lot of work with a lot of the community. So be very proud of this moment and your success, mate. So yes,
Thank you so much. And look, before we have the final word, let's just bring everybody back in, and then hey,
I feel like it's the Brady Bunch.
Look, guys, what's your plans going forward? Like, is there more stuff coming out from say Christoph, David? Are you making more stuff coming out in the future?
I don't think either of us have decided to call it quits. So we're trying to put out 5 issues of Requiem on Kickstarter, and both of us are continuing to truck along in the direct market with our various things. So we have no plans of going anywhere.
Yeah, and then I just had my second Kickstarter, which I decided to do a month after the first one, so which just wrapped up, which was also went really well. So it's I've had such a wonderful string of luck with the platform so far.
Yourself, Gary? Anything? What's in your future?
Oh, hopefully, towards the end of the year, number 6 will get through the mill and come out the other side. But I want to have the campaign happening before the end of the year. So I think I'm 90% done. I've just got to do some introduction works and some. One of the covers I've still got to put together a bit, which could take a bit of time, but should be in time to launch before the end of the year. So fingers crossed.
Fantastic. And Bryce, probably to yourself, what's your plans for the next, say, 2-3 years? Like, what do you want to show in this role? And we're really excited to see what you have planned.
Great question. Well, first, I am very excited to be working with Christoph and David and Gary again. So please be in touch when you're ready to launch your next campaigns. My goal is to have every Australian comic creator launch a Kickstarter. So, get to work. And I think in general, like what I would love to continue seeing is what I value in Kickstarters is that we lose the gatekeepers, and the only limitations that creators really have is their own creativity. So in my opinion, what I hope for is for creators to continue to push the envelope, really push the boundaries for what comics can be. I want to continue to see beautiful books being made. I want to continue to see people experimenting with form and with book production and, the qualities of the books that they're putting out. I want folks to continue to tell their stories and bring their projects into the world. And I'm very grateful to be able to be part of that journey to help creators figure out what they want to bring out and produce and to share that with a very hungry audience that is excited to see what they have in store.
Oh, fantastic. And look, Oriana, it's really sad to see you go. I know you're still around, but it's really sad to see you go. What's the future for you? What do you want to achieve the next couple of years?
Yeah, I am certainly not going to be far away. There's a tremendous amount of overlap, as we all know, between publishing and comics. So I fully intend to have one little tiny pinky toe in the comics world for as long as I am able. But yeah, there's a lot of thrilling things that I am looking to cultivate on the publishing side as well. I've been doing a lot of work with romance novels. I'm actually leaving in a couple of days to go to Dragon Con, where I will get to hang out with a bunch of fantasy writers. There's an incredible self-help book that's the publishing project of the day today about authors using Kickstarter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's so much to be done. And I'm just thrilled, to get to spend every day working with authors and helping them figure out how to fund their literary dreams.
That's awesome. I'll probably leave the last word to Sean. So, Sean, you get the
well,
last
I'm hoping that in a couple of weeks we will be the first Kickstarter series to win a Ringo Award for Best Series. So that's tick number one. Let's beat Saga and Something is Killing the Children. Yeah, that'd be amazing. And then I'm just being ridiculous. I'm literally doing a Kickstarter every month for the next 12 months. So that is how much stuff I've got in the bank. So we're going to start that off with Fractured Shards Volume 3 with a live launch on Thursday with Dan. So which will be super exciting around that. And then going back to where it all started. When I was the first comic Kickstarter back in 2014 on the platform from Australia, doing XCT Volume 1. So going back to the roots and getting Extreme Champion the tournament back out there and in a new format, reimagined and redone. So super excited.
You started all this, by the way. Is that what you're trying to say? This is all your fault, that you started everything with XCT.
Nah, well, I don't want to take that much credit, mate. But no, it's funny because I don't really talk about it that much, but I'd researched several other platforms prior to Kickstarter. Kickstarter wasn't available in Australia when we were first looking. There was one called Possible, and everyone knows, of course, Indiegogo. But I don't know what it was about Kickstarter that kind of just really drew me in and actually made me want to wait until Kickstarter was available here in Australia to do my first Kickstarter, and it just happened to be the first Australian comic Kickstarter on there. But it's been such a journey, and I've loved every part of it. We're up to 25 Kickstarter campaigns over the last 8 years, and as I said, another 12 coming in the next 12 months, with more in the can. I just think it's such a great platform to be able to share my work with people, but also just a great place to meet people. It's such a community focused platform for something that is also money based. I don't think there's really another platform like it, and that comic community is beyond I think any other type of genre within the platform itself. I think there's just such a great feel between other creators. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to more Kickstarter, more fun, and doing this all again in 12 months' time with Bryce. So if you'll come back on, please, Bryce. So
I'd love to. Can't wait.
Awesome. That's recorded. So if it says no, guys,
binding contract, yeah.
Yeah, we'll play it on
contract is binding.
Yeah.
Look,
I'd just like to say to Bryce and to Oriana, it's got to be sad to see you move on, but as you say, you'll still be doing the checking and that. But wishing you all the best with what you've got to do there. But also, Bryce, to welcome you to taking over that position, and I'm looking forward to sending my little notices to you now, mate. So you'll be the first to know when it goes in.
Very excited.
Maybe copy to Oriana just to keep her aware.
I'd happily do that. Yeah.
Always happy to be in the loop.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, guys. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Stephen, you're the one that won the biggest award tonight. So why don't you take us out for a change and say the last word?
Oh, look, thank you so much. Like, it has been a really fun ride over the last couple of years. And like you said, half the fun is meeting all these amazing creators along the way. It's my first time meeting Gary from this, and it's actually my first time meeting David as well. So look, really glad to meet both of you. And please don't be a stranger. Like, I'm always happy if you guys want to reach out. And it's like what Sean said. It's been a fun ride. It's letting us tell our stories, and that's probably the most important thing. Like, it gets us to no gatekeepers, and we can tell what we want to tell, and we can find the audience we want to find. So thank you so much, Oriana, Bryce, Kickstarter, and also Comic Book on Demand for basically sponsoring and making this event happen.
Yes. Much love, guys. Thank you very much.
No worries.